Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the next episode in the alternate series. Today, it's 1923, the Canton Bulldogs versus the Chicago Bears. As you can see, the Bulldogs, represented by the Browns in this game, are a 1-point favorite. Let's head down to the field. The return to the alternate series after a couple months off. You will notice I am still on Madden 19. It just made sense to continue since these were the same two teams, continue the same franchise since half the rosters were already edited. We spent the last couple months getting Sacked to the Future ready to switch to Madden 20. So this could stay for the time being. I don't know how long I will stay with this, but it is time for the alternate series.
Sunday on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
There are the Bears, the monsters of the Midway. A couple Hall of Famers on their team, including George Hallis. We're going to do a couple things. We're going to turn those announcers off here in a minute. Ed Healy and the the Canton Bulldogs. I mean, yes, they're both wearing dark jerseys. That was a thing back then. Plus, it's the only way I can get the Bears in those particular jerseys.
This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll.
Alright, so the pleasantries are all done. Dutch Sterneman shaking hands. Okay, so a couple things we're going to do once we get through this. The Bulldogs, Pete Henry is going to be the one kicking off. Hi Ryan, how are you doing? Welcome to the 1923 alternate series game. This is what if the NFL had a championship game amongst its top two teams of 1923. First thing we're going to do is go over to settings, volume control, and get rid of those two clowns. Man, can you go any slower? Alright, I'm going to leave them at 30 because I still use them in another when I'm playing offline. And then we want to go to Super Sim, speed on slow, jump forward to the end of game. And we're underway as Pete Henry, the Hall of Famer, set to kick off. It will be taken in the end zone by Gus Fetz. He comes out, and he's going to get up to about the 22. And that's where the Bears will take over. There's a look at Heck Garvey. And the man leading the game is Johnny Bryan, the rookie. The rookie out of Dartmouth. Let's see how the Bears handle the early action. Remember, it is classic rosters, but modern football, as we cannot change that. Bryan hands it off to Oscar Knopp. Knopp breaks the tackle, and he's going to get up past the 25 to the 26. And here's a look at the Bears. Ed Healy, Hunk Anderson, George Trafton, Heck Garvey, and Ralph Scott. Dutch Sterneman, Oscar Knopp, the backs, George Hallis, the tight end, Jake Lanham, and Heck Garvey are your backs and receivers. So on 2nd down and 6, Sterneman takes the handoff. He's going to push forward for about, they're going to say no gain. And the Bulldogs, Pete Henry, Duke Osborne, Larry Conover, and Rudy Comstock. The linebackers are Bird Carroll, Link Lyman, and Guy Chamberlain. Lyman, the Hall of Famer. The secondary, Lou Smythe, Doc Elliott, Harry Robb, and Tex Grigg. Robb was the quarterback last year. He moves over to fullback in 23. And from the 26, it's 3rd down and 6 is Johnny Bryan back to pass. A little shovel, and it's incomplete. Just really quickly go over the history of the alternate series game. In 1920, it was the Akron Pros defeating the Decatur Staleys, a.k.a. the Chicago Bears. Tex Grigg on the return from the 10. He's up past the 30. He makes a spin move and gets up to the 25. A 20-yard return for Tex Grigg. In 1921, it was the Buffalo All-Americans are still on 20 versus the Chicago Staleys. And the All-Americans came away with a huge victory over the Staleys. It's 1st down and 10 now. That game was 37-7. The pass is complete to Chamberlain over the middle. Smythe hits his first completion, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Then in 1922, the first of these back-to-back meetings between the Canton Bulldogs and the Chicago, now known as Bears. It was a much closer game than 21 was, with the Bears coming off with a 30-23 victory to advance to win their first. This is their 4th straight appearance in the alternate series, however, trying to get their 2nd straight win. Smythe back to pass. He throws it to Tex Grigg. He's going to be tackled around the 50. And a 1st down. Or not a 1st down. What am I saying? Look at the Bulldog starters. You got Link Lyman, Rudy Comstock, Larry Conover, Duke Osborne, and Pete Henry. Ben Jones, the halfback, Doc Elliott, Bird Carroll, Tex Grigg, and Guy Chamberlain. The pass is complete to Bird Carroll right over the middle, but it's going to be for no gain. In real life in 1923, the Canton Bulldogs finished the regular season at 11-0-1. Here's the Bears' defensive line: Heck Garvey, Hunk Anderson, George Trafton, and Ralph Scott. The linebackers: Ed Healy, George Hallis, and Duke Haney. The Triple H, as they should be known: Dutch Sterneman, Johnny Bryan, Oscar Knopp, and Jake Lanham are your secondary. Triple H, or the game, the Bears' defense is going to be known as from as long as I'm calling this game. Anyway, the Bulldogs finished 11-0-1, scoring 246 points and only giving up 19 all season long to finish in 1st place and win their their 2nd of 3 straight NFL championships. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bears finished 9-2-1, scoring 123 points and only giving up 35. Pete Henry gets the punt off on 4th down. It's going to carry into the end zone. No, they're going to say it went out of bounds at the 1. I completely lost control of that pass. Let's see if we get a better angle here. Oh, really shitty camera work. You'd think in the animation they get the camera work better than that, but the other notable finishes in 1923, the Green Bay Packers went 7-2-1. The Milwaukee Badgers went 7-2-3. The Cleveland Indians 3-1-3. The Chicago Cardinals 8-4. The Duluth Kellys 4-3. The Columbus Tigers 5-4-3, and the Buffalo All-Americans 5-4-3. From the end zone, Oscar Knopp takes the handoff. He's got a huge run and a 1st down. He's going to get up to the 17-yard line before he's brought down. That's the 2nd carry. He's got 21 yards now on the game. It'll be 1st down and 10. for Johnny Bryan. Bryan back to pass. Swings it out to Oscar Knopp. Knopp with a stiff arm, but he's going to lose a yard. Other finishes in 1923, the Racine Legion went 4-4-2. The Toledo Maroons 3-3-2. The Rock Island Independents 2-3-3. As we continue on here, 2nd and 11. Johnny Bryan hands it off to Oscar Knopp. He kind of stutter steps, sidesteps, and gets nowhere. And it'll be 3rd down. The Minneapolis Marines finished 2-5-2. The St. Louis All-Stars 1-4-2. The Hammond Pros 1-5-1. The Akron Pros 1-6. The Dayton Triangles 1-6-1. Bryan back to pass. The rush is on. He's going to be sacked. He's brought down by Doc Elliott, and that will force the punt. The O-Ring Indians 1-10. The Louisville Brecks 0-3, and the Rochester Jeffersons 0-4 to round out your 1923 NFL standings. The punt is away from Dutch Sterneman. Big punt taken down to the 33 by Tex Grigg. He sidesteps one guy but gets hit by the second man through. And with 10 minutes to go here in the championship game, it is scoreless 0-0. The Bears were coached by George Halas, Papa Bear, as he would in later years be known as. But in 1923, he was just one of the boys, one of the players, the tight end and linebacker, and captain of the team. Also, he was in charge, the owner, and the coach. So on 1st and 10, Smythe hands it off to Roberts. Roberts breaking a tackle. Wookie Roberts gets 5 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 5. George Halas is 28 years old at this time. Just a youngin'. On 2nd down and 5, Smythe back to pass. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by, it looks like, I couldn't see the number, the name. Let me get it here. It looks like Joey Sterneman, the second-year player out of Illinois, and the younger brother to Dutch. He will take over quarterback in 24. Smythe back to pass. He's under pressure. He throws. It's caught by Tex Grigg, and the Bulldogs get a 1st down to the 41-yard line. 1st down for the Bulldogs on a reception by Tex Grigg. 1st and 10 at the 41. Smythe hands it off to Doc Elliott. Huge hole. Elliott's going to get 9 yards. They're going to say 10. They're going to give him a 1st down. It didn't look like a 1st down live, but oh well. Oh, Boise State's already scored. Smythe back to pass. He throws. It's caught by Bird Carroll. He flies through the air to catch the ball, and he's off and running. Bird Carroll all the way down to the 1, the 2. They're going to say touchdown. They're going to say he landed on top of Joey Sterneman, and his momentum carried him into the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the Canton Bulldogs. Joey Sterneman fell on the bottom, and Bird Carroll just kind of flew over him. Carroll getting the ups to get the ball, getting the high pointing it. Joey Sterneman chasing him from behind, but oh yeah, Bird Carroll did not touch the ground. He is in for 6. Well, maybe his elbow. Let's take a look at this again. No, his elbow was on the knee. That is a touchdown. That is a good call by the referees. And wow, Boise's now at 13-0. Holy cow, kicked New Mexico's ass. I can't watch the game until the end of this one. And now Pete Henry will line up for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Bulldogs have taken a 7-0 lead on the Bears. Sterneman kicks it off. Henry. Gus Fetz. This time he's going to stay in the end zone and not return it for the Bears. Gus Fetz, the rookie out of no college. A college of life. There is a look at Jake Lanham. No, Duke Haney, the wide receiver, calling the plays. But Johnny Bryant is the signal caller. Bryan back to pass. Throws it. This one's caught by Lanham. Lanham's going to get up to the 33. It's going to be about a 8-yard gain, they're going to say. 2nd down and 2 for the Bears. Bulldogs showing blitz. Bryan back to pass. He dumps it off. Sterneman catches the pass, but he cannot get the first down needed. He only gets about 2. It's 3rd down and 1. They're going to say 1 yard on the reception for Dutch Sterneman. Conover on the tackle. It's 3rd and 1. Bears lining up in an I formation. Bulldogs crowning the line. Bryan hands it off to Knopp. Knopp's got the first down. He's going to get 3 yards. That's enough. Oscar Knopp, the 4th-year player out of Illinois, coming home to play for the Bears in 23. Bryan back to pass. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete. He hit him right in the hands, and it was dropped. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. The Bears shooting 50-50 on pass and run. Bryan back to pass. He hands it off to Oscar Knopp. He sidesteps a man, and Oscar Knopp's got a big run. He's going to get up to the 45, and that is going to be good for 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Third and 2. Bryan hands it off to Gus Fetz, the first man through, and Fetz got the first down. 1st and 10 after the fullback dive. Guy Chamberlain records the tackle. 1st and 10 now. Bryan back to pass. Throws it out to the flat to Hugh Blacklock. And Blacklock cannot hold on. He drops the pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Hugh Blacklock in his 4th year out of Michigan State just looked upfield before he started running. 2nd down and 10 now for the Bears. Bears offense in desperate need of something. Hand it off to Oscar Knopp. Knopp with a huge hole. He's going to get 9. Down to the 48. And it will be 3rd down and 1. Johnny Bryan taking his time, getting up the line of scrimmage. Bryan fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Throws it deep over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Dutch Sterneman. And the Bears will have to punt. Sterneman gets the pass. He punts it. And it is going to go out of bounds in the end zone. It's going to be marked as a touchback for the Canton Bulldogs with a 7-0 lead. And into the shotgun. Lou Smythe hands it off to Wookie Roberts. Roberts is not the starter. He's coming in to spell somebody, but he picks up 4 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 6. 2nd and 6 as Smythe is under center. In motion comes Guy Chamberlain. Smythe back to pass. Throws, it's caught by Chamberlain over the middle. Chamberlain fights his way up to the 28. Good for 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Smythe hands it off to Doc Elliott. Doc Elliott with a big hole. And Elliott's up to the 39. Or the 41, I mean. That's his 2nd carry. He's got 21 on the day now. First down run there. First and 10 at the 39. It is the 39. They're on their side of the field. I was mistaken earlier. That Super Bowl logo kind of threw me off. Smythe hands it off to Doc Elliott. Elliott with a nice hole. He's going to get up to the 48 and a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. Jake Lanham on the tackle. Smythe hands it off to Roberts. Roberts with a hole, gets the first down. He's up to the 50. Wookie Roberts plowed his way through. No mess with the Wookie. 1st and 10. The ball is on the Bears' side of the field. Smythe fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. And it is caught by Guy Chamberlain. A pickup of 16 and a first down. And the Bulldogs are once again driving. The Bears stole their 22 championship in this alternate game. Bulldogs trying to secure the one they're supposed to have. This time the carry is by Doc Elliott. He picks up about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Second and 5. Mullen comes in motion. Smythe handed off to Doc Elliott. A first down run. And Elliott is up to the 22. Just keeping it on the ground and bulldozing their way through the Bears defense. First and 10 at the 21 and 22 market. And we have reached the end of the first quarter with a score: Canton 7, Chicago nothing. On October 21st, the two teams met in Chicago and the Bulldogs won 6-0. Smythe throw to the end zone is caught by Ben Shaw, and he's in for the touchdown, a 22 yards. And the Bulldogs have a 13-0 lead now on the Bears. That would be their only beating on October 21st. And here's the extra point by Henry. It is good. And the Bulldogs now lead 14-0 and have outscored the Bears 20-0 in 5 quarters and 4 seconds. And there's the kickoff. It's taken by Gus Fetz in the end zone, and he will stay there. So far in the previous 3 alternate series games, the champion has only won it the first time. First and 10. Bryan hands it off to Knopp. Knopp ahead for 3, up to the 28. It will be 2nd down and 7. Bryan now under center. He hands it off to Knopp. Big hole, and Knopp with a spin move. He's going to get over the 40 and a 12-yard gain. Bears finally starting to get some life offensively. First down and 10. Bryan hands it off to Sterneman. Sterneman gets away from 1, but he only gets a yard before he is absolutely crushed. And it'll bring it up a Bird Carroll on tackle. They're going to say that even though he gained 1 yard, it's still 2nd and 10. Madden logic. 2nd down and 10. Bryan hands it off to Knopp. Knopp with a nice hole. Knopp spins back in. He's up to the 48. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 after a 7-yard gain. Doc Elliott on the tackle. Bryan hands it off to Knopp. Knopp through the gap and gets into Bulldog territory. And a first down. First down at the 45, 46, call it. Into Bulldog area. Part of the field. Bryan hands it off to Knopp, and this time he is floored. Oscar Knopp could not even get moving before he was just absolutely crushed for a loss of 2. Bird Carroll swooping in and making the tackle. It's 2nd down and 12. Johnny Bryan is back to pass. He's looking to throw. It's caught on the run to Duke Haney. And Duke Haney, the rookie out of Indiana, makes the catch and a first down to the 28. Wookie Roberts on the tackle. Bryan hands it off to Sterneman. Sterneman running a guy over. Sterneman just lowered the boom, and Link Lyman was the victim. 2nd down and 6 after that carry. Bryan up under center on the 23. Hands it off to Sterneman. This time Sterneman's not going to be so lucky. It will be a 3rd down and 5. Bird Carroll makes another tackle, having himself a great ball game. Oh, and there's movement and flags are flying. Flip, flop, and flying. False start going to be called on the Bears. That'll break it 3rd down and 10. And it's the left tackle, Ed Healy, who made the All-Pro team in 1923. Johnny Bryan looking to throw. He's got Dutch Sterneman on a crossing route. Sterneman with a stiff arm gets himself up to the 23 and a pickup of 5. And on to the field goal. For the field goal will be Dutch Sterneman. This will be a 40-yard attempt. Sterneman gets the kick up and it's away. And ladies and gentlemen, the Bears have scored on the Bulldogs. That in itself in 1923 is a bit of a victory. As we said, they were 11-0-1 and only gave up 19 points in 12 games. Shutouts against Hammond, Louisville, Dayton, Chicago Bears, Orang, Toledo, Buffalo, and Columbus. The team that scored the most points on them, the Cleveland Indians. Meanwhile, on the return, what a run all the way up to the 39. 40-yard return for Tex Grigg. Their tie was against the Buffalo All-Americans on November 11th, 3-3. They put 46 up on Cleveland, but gave up 10. That was their most for both. Smythe rolling out, throwing it left-handed. It looked like he changed his hands, and Bird Carroll catches it. He's going to get 10 yards, 12 yards, and a 1st down. It really did look like Smythe changed his hands to throw that ball. That was impressive. 1st down and 10. Smythe this time giving it to Doc Elliott. Elliott plowing ahead for 2, 2nd down and 8. Heck Garvey on the tackle. Smythe hands it off to Elliott. Elliott with a stutter step. He gets through for 5. It's 3rd down and 4. Meanwhile, the Bears, they started off the campaign losing to Rock Island 3-0 in week 1 and then rattled off 2 wins, both 3-0 scores at Racine and at Green Bay. They came home for their first game was against Canton, losing 6-0. So we're 2-2 before the dust had even settled. Smythe back to pass. He throws it out to the flat. It's caught. They're going to say it is a completion. Guy Chamberlain on the reception, the former Bear, and it is a 1st down for the Bulldogs. Then the Bears beat the All-Americans 18-3. The counter turned to November. Victories over Orang 26-0. Akron 20-6. Rock Island 7-3. Hammond 14-7 on Thanksgiving Day. The Battle Chicago beating the Cardinals 3-0. That whole stretch was all at home. Their only road games were the first 3. Oh, this pass is almost intercepted. I think maybe Lou Smythe was confused at both jerseys being dark. Then they tied Milwaukee, a scoreless tie in early December, before beating Rock Island to finish the season 29-7 with a record of 9-2-1. From the shotgun, Smythe back to pass on 2nd down. He dumps it off to Bird Carroll, and Carroll is going to get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7. George Bolin on the tackle. Smythe looking. Throws it. Almost intercepted again. Another man cannot hold on to the pass. That one is number 95, Duke Haney. It's 4th and 7, and this will be an attempt of about 50 yards for Pete Henry, the Hall of Famer. The kick is away, and it's good. And it's 17-0 Cleveland. So apparently I missed a field goal, or a 2nd touchdown. I wasn't paying attention. 17-3, I should say. I'm not paying attention at all. I apologize. Go back to school and learn how to pay attention. With 6:30 to go before half, Henry gets the kick away. It's going to be taken in the end zone by Gus Fetz, and he's going to stay right there. The Bears are in danger of losing their third championship in 4 years. And realistically, they only won one in the first 4, so that's, you know, just the order is a little out of order. As Buffalo never won an NFL championship, whether it was the 1920s or the double AFC in the 40s or the NFL 70s plus. They did. The city did win 2 in the 60s AFL championships. Oscar Knopp on the handoff. He's going to get forward for 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. We're approaching 6 minutes to go before half. The Bears are trailing 17-3. Joey Bryan under center. To give to Oscar Knopp. Knopp plows through. He's got a first down. He's over the 40. He keeps carrying up to the 43. Oscar Knopp is already up to 47 yards on, or 87 yards on 13 carries. News coming out of Sack to the Future. It looks like John M. is still not feeling well, so the games will be pushed again. On 1st and 10, Bryan is under center. He fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out. Throws it back across. He's got Jake Lanham. Got a first down to the 20. Down to the 22-yard line. And the early game drops by the Bears seem to have disappeared as Bryan's now 6 for 10. Sterneman runs into his own man, the blocker, and that allows the defender, number 91, Larry Conover, to get the tackle. Flipping Oklahoma. I thought you were happy Oklahoma was losing to Baylor. Georgia won. Notre Dame won. Harvard lost. Boise State won. Or is winning. Hey, Duke Haney going down to catch the pass. Down to the 14. The Bears now face a 3rd and 1. And they've got something good. Oh, really? What was the score when they started their comeback? Third down and 1 as Johnny Bryan comes up under center. He's got an I formation. Meanwhile, Boise now is up 20-0 on New Mexico. Bryan, oh, he went to hand the ball off to Sterneman. And Sterneman got rolled over by Guy Chamberlain. Not so friendly former teammates. And it will bring up a 4th down, and Dutch Sterneman will line up for a 33-yard field goal. And the placement, the kick is up, it's long enough, and it's good. It's 17-6 now. The Bears will kick off. Sterneman with about a 12-yard run up sends the ball away. It's going to be in the end zone, taken by Roderick. Ben Roderick brings it out. He's over the 20, up to the 24. Ben Roderick, the rookie out of Worcester, on the return, and here comes Lou Smythe. So far he's 10 of 15, 127 yards, taking over for Harry Robb this year. Smythe back to pass. 3 minutes to go in the half. He completes it to Ben Shaw. Shaw up to the 43, a gain of 15 and a first down. First down for the Bears, or the Bulldogs. Smythe hands it off to Doc Elliott. Elliott's going to get forward for about 3 yards. See, Minnesota's no longer undefeated. They fell to Iowa today. 2nd down and 7 now for the Bears. And we've reached the 2-minute warning from Canton, Ohio. With the Bulldogs leading the Bears 17-6. Smythe back to pass. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man, Guy Chamberlain, one-handed catch for the touchdown. 54 yards. Lou Smythe to Guy Chamberlain. And a super alternate series touchdown. Guy Chamberlain reached out with one hand to bring it in. And the extra point by Pete Henry is good. And the Bulldogs lead 24-6 now. As they are dominating this game. Gus Fetz is going to keep it in the end zone. Bring it out to the 25 for Johnny Bryan. Johnny Bryan, a one-year starter. Joey Sterneman will take over next year. Johnny Bryan replacing Pard Pierce. And yes, the Bears will make their 5th straight alternate series game against the then Cleveland Bulldogs in 1924. Bryan back in the shotgun. He's looking to throw. Dumps it over to George Bolin. It's caught 4 yards, stays in bounds, however. So the Bears are going to scramble to get up to the line of scrimmage. Bolin, Bryan back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's caught by George Hallis, and Hallis 20-yard gain down to the 29. And that puts Sterneman over 100 yards for the day, but the Bears again rushing to the line of scrimmage. Bryan back to pass. Dumps it off to Jake Lanham. Lanham trying to blow through a guy. Gets up to the 45 into Bulldog territory. It is 2nd down and 4. Bryan back to pass. The clock is running. Complete to Lanham again. Lanham cannot get any traction. He catches the pass, but it's 3rd down and 2, just a 2-yard gain. Bryan in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking, completes to Dutch Sterneman, and Sterneman is just taken off his feet, and they're going to have to call timeout. Dutch Sterneman, his 3rd reception. And we're down to 54 seconds to go before half. Link Lyman, the Hall of Famer, with the tackle. Lou Smythe in the assist. Bryan high snap, gets it down. Sterneman takes the handoff, and he's not going to gain anything. And another timeout is going to have to be used by the Bears. Trailing by 18. Bird Carroll on that tackle. The Bears are going to have to think about getting this ball into the end zone, or it could be over. Bryan back to pass. Throwing it. Overthrows the intended target. Johnny Bryan is 12 of 17 for 114 yards. Not exactly going down as one of the Bears' all-time greats at quarterback. 3rd down and 10. Bryan back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to throw. It's caught by Sterneman. Dutch Sterneman gets the 1st down. Blowing through one guy. Gets down. 35 seconds. The clock is running. The Bears do not seem to be rushing. They come out of the huddle. Of course, you can huddle in 1 second in this game. When you're the AI, Doc Elliott. On the tackle, Bryan back to pass. He's got time. He throws. It's caught by Dutch Sterneman. And again, he's going to be tackled. 17 seconds left. The Bears scrambling this time. 15. Tick, 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 tick. Bryan in the shotgun. 10 seconds. Bryan takes his time getting the snap off. Looking. Just sitting there, flat-footed. Throws. It's caught by George Bolin, and he is going to get out of bounds, but the clock had already hit 00. Oh, what a time waster for the Bears. They drove down. It was about the 3-yard line, but the time ran out on them. And the Bulldogs have dominated this first half with 196 passing yards. They lead 24-6. The Canton Bulldogs looking to stay undefeated with a 1 tie, but have dominated this game. There's the kick. It is taken by Grigg in the end zone. He brings it out. Tex grid pass to the 25. He's up to the 27-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over, as they now have 30 minutes to try and win themselves their first alternate NFL championship. This is the alternate Series A. There will be a B, C, and D in future years, as I'll be doing the eventually the top 4 teams when we get into conference play. Undecided yet exactly how I'll decide it. There's a pass off to Doc Elliott. I think in 32, where the Bears and Spartans played a emergency game to settle the championship, I think they'll each then have to take on Green Bay, since Green Bay finished second. Now it'll be the first time that there's 2 series. I could do up to, in future years. Oh, nice camera move. A little slow, but nice. George Hallis coming to make the tackle. I could really do, if I wanted to waste my time, go up to 36. Have all, 6 teams in the playoffs represented each time. I don't know as if I'll go that far. There's the pass to Mullen. But definitely 4 games. I don't think I'll go more than 4, to be honest with you. Vernon Mullen on the tackle. Or no, on the reception, I mean. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs, as the time continues to move. For the Bears, running low. Smythe back to pass. It's going to be a bubble screen to Tex Grigg. Grigg with a move. Grigg's gone. Tex Grigg, he could be caught down at the 5. He is. He's caught at the 5-yard line. But Tex Grigg, on a bubble screen, goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. And the Bulldogs are just amassing the yards on the Bears. Smythe back to pass. Throws it into the end zone to Guy Chamberlain. And they connect, and it's now 30-6. And we're going to have to fill some time here. So I'm now bringing up the Wikipedia pages for the Bears and then the Bulldogs to see what I can come up with. It's the Bears' 4th season in 23. Third in Chicago. Second as the Bears. After losing to the Bulldogs, the Bears, like I said, did go undefeated. And the Sterneman brothers were the stars. Johnny Bryan emerged as a scoring threat as well, running for 4 scores and passing for another. Most notably in Week 6 game against Durang, George Hallis set an NFL record with a 98-yard fumble return. Jack Tatum would later break it with a 104-yard return in 1972. Johnny Bryan looking to throw. It's caught by Duke Haney. And a first down. Aeneas Williams would tie that feat of 104 yards against the Redskins in 2000. Hall of Famers on the Bears: George Hallis, Ed Healy, and George Trafton. Other leading players: Ed Sterneman, Joey Sterneman, it's Dutch Sterneman, Joey Sterneman, Lori Walquist, Hunk Anderson, and Johnny Bryan. Lori Walquist is not on the roster according to Pro Football Reference, so he's not. The ball's tipped in the air and incomplete, so he is not on this team. But I do trust Pro Football Reference more than Wikipedia, I'll tell you that. They played their home games at Wrigley Field. The Bulldogs, 4th season in the league. Of course, they'd been around since the early 1900s. This would be their last season under this iteration in Canton. It was also their 2nd straight season in the NFL going undefeated, but they had ties 2-22 and 1-23. Oscar Knopp takes the handoff. He's up to the 50. He's got 95 yards. That's the only information Wikipedia gives us. So we are where we are. 3rd down and 2 for the Bears. It's 28-0 Boise now over New Mexico. Bryan hands it off to Dutch Sterneman, and Sterneman ahead for 2 yards and a first down. And the Bears have 100 yards as a team on the ground. But Sterneman, they didn't say the first down. It said 4th and inches, and the Bears with a quick kick. And this time it goes out of bounds at the 17-yard line. And so the Bulldogs leading 31-6. Lou Smythe comes on. Pass is complete to Guy Chamberlain and a first down. Guy Chamberlain, 7 receptions, 108 yards, and he's starred with 2 touchdowns, including a one-hander on a deep 54-yard bomb from Lou Smythe. Smythe to Chamberlain. It's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Smythe looking, he overthrows his intended target, and it'll be 2nd down. Smythe back to pass. It's a screen pass. Sets up to Wookie Roberts, but immediately well read and tackled. And they're going to say the pass fell incomplete. So it will be 3rd down and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Smythe back to pass. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. So I think what I'll do is these years until 31 where there's no playoff format, just take the top 2 teams and do a fantasy matchup. And then from 32 to 45, where 2 teams did make the playoffs, I'll just replay a what if they did a playoff in each, where there's 4 teams from each conference. 46 to 49. Of course, we already did 46. It's already on this playlist. The AAFC and NFL will have competitions with 4 A through D. 50 to 59. We go back to the format of the previous year. Now, in Johnny Bryan from his 2, he's back in the end zone looking to pass. Throws it deep. It's caught by Duke Haney. And he gets up to the 35, 36, a 34-yard gain. And then starting in 60, the AFL/AFC will take over. And we'll go from there. So whatever I said in previous videos, disregard. This is how we're doing it. Sterneman takes the handoff. Oh, nice move there. Dutch Sterneman's got the first down. He's over into Canton territory, down to the 43. A big run by Dutch Sterneman. He has 23 now on 9 carries. Not been the best day for him, but he's moving. But they are moving the ball. Doc Elliott on the tackle. They're moving the ball this time. Bryant again. Sterneman with a move. Again Sterneman with a nice run and a first down. And that's good for 11. And another moving the change run for the Bears. 10 carries, 34 yards. Johnny Bryan looks. He throws it over the middle to George Hallis. And that's going to be good for 5 yards. I believe that's Hallis' first reception. Well, they're going to say second. He's got 27 yards. I know he had a big tackle earlier, but I guess... oh, no, I think I remember the other reception. 2nd down and 4, regardless. Bryan back to pass, hands it off to Dutch Sterneman, but Dutch can only get about 2 before he's yanked down. 3rd down and 3. Bird Carroll with an impressive 7 tackles to help lead the Bulldogs. Bryan gives to Oscar Knopp. Knopp inches away closer to the first down. He gets 2 yards. It'll be 4th down and inches, and the Bears are going for what will be a 40-yard field goal from Dutch Sterneman. The kick is away, and it's good. So with 6:54 to go in the 3rd, the Canton Bulldogs lead the Chicago Bears 31-9. And Sterneman will kick off into the end zone, and Ben Roderick's going to stay right there. Guy Chamberlain, 7 receptions, 108 yards. The Bulldogs have 368 total yards, only 63 on the ground. Lou Smythe back to pass again. He's been dominant. Throws Bird. Carroll catches it. Carroll up to the 33, a gain of 8. It's 2nd down and 2. Second down and 2, and Smythe is going to hand it off to Doc Elliott. Elliott through the nice big hole. He is going to get up to the 47, a 14-yard run. He's up to 65 on the day. He'll start talking MVPs here for this Canton franchise. I know they haven't won it yet, but Elliott with a nice run. Elliott's going to have the first down again, down to the 43. Pickup of just 10 yards, 1st and 10. You know, you got to talk Lou Smythe. You got to talk Guy Chamberlain, too. Of course, the computer won't vote based on both putting the offender and the defender guy with the same name together, but Smythe is going to hand it off to Elliott. Elliott pulls up to the 40, gain of 3 yards. He's got 77 on 11 carries. Good for 11 yards per carry, or 7 yards per carry. Still impressive. Ed Healy on the tackle. The Bulldogs have thrown the ball 26 times to 14 rushes, but now they're running it. Doc Elliott with another big hole. Elliott all the way down to the 26, 14 yards. He's over 90 now for the day, 91 on 12 carries. Just continuing to impress that average. It's up to about 8, over 8. Johnny Bryan calling, or not Johnny Bryan, Lou Smythe calling the signal. He's back to pass. Throws, it's caught by Bird Carroll. Bird Carroll down to the 13, a gain of 13, and that puts Lou Smythe over 300, setting alternate series records. I'm sure, I don't keep track, but you gotta feel, unless the All-Americans in 21 threw for more with their 37-7 victory over the Bears. I don't know. Sterneman makes the tackle. Smythe gives it to Jones. And Ben Jones, one of the 3 Bens, the triple Bens on the Canton franchise, gets a yard before he's taken down by Sterneman. 2nd down and 9. From the 12. Smythe looking to pass. Looking, he throws to the end zone. It's caught by Tex Craig, and another touchdown. The Bulldogs continue to pour it on. It is 37-9, so the Bulldogs are about to set an alternate series scoring record with the 38th point. Again, the games that happened in the 70s, the 60s and 70s at the beginning of this playlist will be replayed just for continuity factors. The 46 games, however, will not. They will stick. The only reason I'm going to replay, well, the first couple, like alternate Super Bowl 1, no teams had classic uniforms, and 2, just the quarterback. I started commenting, I think, in 3, so all those games are going to be replayed. And since I'm making those rosters anyway, I'll replay the alternate A as well. Bryan fakes the handoff. He's looking. Throwing over the middle. It's caught by Duke Haney. Johnny Bryan has 229 yards. The ball is over into Bulldog territory at the 49. Bryan's going to line up under center. Changing the play a little bit to hand it off to Oscar Knopp. Knopp is unsure of himself. He hasn't gotten the ball much. He's up to 97 yards. But he hasn't got the ball lately. Link Lyman on the tackle. And it is 2nd down and 10. Bryan back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete. Could not connect. With Jake Lanham. A minute 42 to go in the third quarter. Bryan is back to pass. Hooks throws. It's caught by George Bolin. It's going to be good for a first down. Johnny Bryan's had a decent game. 20-27, 251 yards. George Bolin's third reception. But the Bears are unable to finish once they get down inside the 30 or 40 yard line. And that's why they're losing big. And there's movement early. It could look like the Bulldog was the one who went off sides. They're going to call a false start on the Bears, though. False start. First down and 15. Bryan lining up under center. Bryan back to pass. Swings it out. Oh, right through the hands of the intended target. Brings up second down and 15 now. Wow. Oklahoma came all the way back to win. Holy cow. Knopp picks up a yard. He's up to 98. Baylor had a 31-something lead and lost. Wow. Bryan back to pass. Throws it. And it's almost intercepted. That would have been Lewis Smythe, who would have been trying to do it for himself. As in baseball, the pitcher can hit a home run sometimes. Well, in the 1920s football, the quarterback could intercept the pass. This one, Dutch Sturman lining up for a 49-yarder. They're getting longer and longer each time, and this one is good as well. And the Bears now have 4 field goals and trail 38-12. It's only a 26-point game with 23 seconds to go in the third. Greg will take a knee, and they'll bring it out. Now, you say comebacks. Well, obviously we know the greatest comeback of all time is 32 points by the Buffalo Bills. Of course, there's 4 sets of comebacks that we look at. The next one is the greatest Super Bowl comeback, which this is technically is 25 points. This is a 26-point game and was at one point a 38-9 score, so that would have been 27. No, sorry, 39. No, 29, yeah. Jeez, I'm not paying attention. Greg, the reception is over midfield. The next is fourth quarter, which is what we're about to hit, is 26 points in 1987 by the St. Louis Cardinals over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or no, it was vice versa. Anyway. And, of course, the 2-minute comeback. We've reached the end of the third quarter with the Chicago Bears trailing the Canton Bulldogs 38-12. The best 2-minute flurry, I don't know if it was inside 2 minutes, but the best 2-minute flurry is 21 points by the Bills in 1990. I'm not sure what the actual greatest 2-minute comeback is, but we're not close to that right now. The Bears have given up over 100 yards rushing. The Browns haven't been running as much, but they've got over 100. Right now, of course, Lou Smythe could just be trying to run out the clock. Hand it off to Doc Elliott. Elliott ahead for 2 yards. Elliott's got 99 on 14 carries. It's 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. One wonders if they're going to try and score or pass to get the first down or keep the clock running and run the ball. Well, if that's any indication, Smythe's in the shotgun. It is a handoff. Doc Elliott is planted. And he loses a yard by George Hallis. Papa Bear coming in trying to take over. Will the Bears back into the game. This will be a 68-yard attempt by Pete Henry. And it is good. Holy cow. No, 58 yards. I misspelled. 58 yards by Pete Henry. And that puts the scoring record now up to 41 for the Bulldogs as they lead 41-12, a 29-point game again. Gus Fetz from the end zone. He's coming out in a hurry. Gus Fetz over the 30. He is up to the 32. And that is where Johnny Bryan will try and have another stand. Try and finally get the Bears into the end zone. This game looks like the Bears will drop their alternate series record to 1-3. The 46 games don't count yet. until we get back up to it. Sterneman takes the handoff. Sterneman with a nice spin move, but Sterneman only gets up to the 39, a gain of 7. Now, if either of you two viewers are my Sack to the Future guys, are you guys going to get on to edit? And of course, if you're not my Sack to the Future guys, I guess it doesn't matter. 2nd down and 3. Brian is in the shotgun. Brian looking to throw. Dumps it over to George Hallis. Hallis over the 50. Hallis picking up 13 yards on the reception. And a 1st down for the Bears. The Bears have passed 402 total yards. We still got 12 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. But only 4 field goals to show. And an even 30 for 30 passing and rushing. Brian back to pass. This time he throws. It's caught by George Hallis. Hallis over the 30. A pickup of 20. Another big catch by George Hallis. Papa Bear, 4th reception. He is trying to get the Bears, get their asses in gear. Hate to be on the plane ride home after this one, the way they've played. Brian looking to throw now from the 30. He's got Duke Haney. Duke Haney picking up 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. That's his Haney's 6th reception. Tex Grigg making the tackle for the Bulldogs. Brian back to pass. The blitz is on. Oh, right in and out of the hands of Jake Lanham. Johnny Bryan has got 23 of 33, 292 yards. That one was one he'd like to have back. So would Haney. Lanham. Yeah, Lanham. 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1 as Brian hands it off to Dutch Sterneman. Sterneman's got the 1st down. He's over to the 17-yard line. Dutch Sterneman has 45 yards. Joey will be a much bigger part, his brother, of the 24 season. Brian handing it off to Dutch Sterneman. Sterneman riding his way up to the 12-yard line. He's got 50 yards on 12 carries. It's 2nd down and 5. Kai Chamberlain making the tackle. He's had a huge day both offensively and defensively. The time is running out though. They're now down to 9:40. Brian dumps it over the middle of Jake Lanham. Lanham trying to push a guy away, but he cannot. And he cannot get past the 8. It's 3rd down and 2. Jay Williams making his 1st tackle. That would be Brian looking, throwing into the end zone, incomplete. Joe Williams, the rookie out of Lafayette, made that previous tackle right there, number 74. Big boy out of Lafayette. I believe that Lafayette is the one in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. 4th down and 2. The Bears line up in the I formation to go for it. Brian hands it off to Sterneman. Sterneman's got the 1st down. Officially 2 yards. It will be 1st and goal for the Bears. So instead of, for the first time, settling for the field goal, they line up and go for it. And it pays off. Duke Osborne on the tackle. Johnny Bryan under center. Hands it off to Oscar Knopp. Knopp all the way down to the 1 before he runs into a brick wall. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. Bird Carroll with his 8th tackle. Was an immovable object on the goal line for Oscar Knopp. 2nd and goal as Brian looks to throw. He stands in the pressure. Oh, he is speared. Larry Conover just absolutely gores him. And it'll be 3rd down and goal now from the 4. Almost looked like he broke Brian in half, but Brian stays in there. They're tough in the 20s. Brian back to pass. And this time he's going to be, they're going to say it's an incomplete pass as he threw the ball as he was hit, but that will bring up a 4th and goal. Link Lyman and Sterneman will line up for a 21-yard field goal. And there's the kick, and it's good. It's 41-15 now as the Bears continue to put up field goals. With 7:14 to go in the game, Canton gets the ball back. I wouldn't expect Lou Smythe to throw the ball. Tex Greek takes a knee. And it'll be first down and 10 from the 25. The total yardage, each team almost up to 450 yards. 900 yards of offense in this Super Series game. Doc Elliott with a handoff. Elliott picking up 9 yards. He's over 100 now for the day. The Bears' defense is the second best in the league, but they have allowed 465 yards after that run, actually, on the day. Just absolute garbage of a defense, and that's my last viewer. Goes bye-bye. Well, that's what happens in a blowout. 41-15. Smythe handing off to Doc Elliott. Elliott plows his way over to the 35 for the first down. Heck Garvey makes the tackle, and Doc Elliott is congratulating himself on a hot run. First down and 10. Smythe handing off to Doc Elliott again. They're just trying to run the clock out. Oh, he's planted. Doc Elliott gets up to the 41-yard line and then is just absolutely... Johnny Bryan comes up and turns him back the other way. 6-yard gain, second down and 4. The Bulldogs have passed the ball 29 times and run it 21. They've not had the ball as much as the Bears have. Doc Elliott fighting his way up now to the 42. It's third down and 3. And under 5 now to go in the game. Third down and 3. Smythe fakes the handoff. Throws it to Doc Elliott. Doc Elliott breaking tackles, but he can't get away from the fourth guy. But he did get enough for the first down. We hit 4 minutes to go in the game. Smythe handing it off to Ben Jones. Jones over the 50. Ben Jones, not the Ben Jones that would be in Dukes of Hazzard 50 years later, but Ben Jones, a running back, picks up 6. Where's that Ben Jones played Cooter? Second down and 4. Smythe handing it off to Elliott. Elliott gets stonewalled up right near the line to gain. So it'll be third down and inches. Third down and inches. The Bulldogs are going to go into the shotgun formation. Elliott picks up the first down. He's got 122 yards on 21 carries. As the Bulldogs are basically keeping it on the ground now to try and run out the game. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and your score, Canton 41, Chicago 15. You are watching the alternate series from 1923 on the VinnyXWolf channel. Smythe under center. He gives to Elliott. Elliott with a big hole. He's going to get another 9 yards. Down to the 31-yard line where it will be second down and 1. The Bulldogs have amassed 150 yards rushing in this game. Oscar Knopp of the tackle. Wookie Roberts taking it just for a nice little stroll. He gets through to the 26 and a first down. And that's the big Wookie's first or fourth carry. Oh, that Oklahoma came back from a 28-3 deficit. I don't like seeing that 28-3 and then having to come back. Second down and 10. George Hallis, another tackle. He has stood out in this game. Not much for standouts, but he has. And we have reached the end of the game. Your final from Canton, the Bulldogs 41, the Bears 15, and the Canton Bulldogs win their first alternate series A game. Maybe a little hard to pay attention, so alternate series A would be the real one. B would replace both teams. Both. C would replace the champions. And D, once we get that far, will replace the furthest down of the four. So actual, both champions, and down. And they're going to give the MVP to Lou Smythe. Kind of justified. Over 300 yards passing. Hall of Famer George Strafton, we're congratulating. Guy Chamberlain, the coach, right in the middle there, with some other random dude. Bird Carroll had a ton of tackles from the defense. Lou Smythe, the quarterback of the 1923 Canton Bulldogs. They are your champions. Once again, the final score, 41-15. Canton wins the first. Make sure you pay attention to this channel for future alternate series games. The next one, when it does happen, will be in 1924 and will feature these same two teams for the third straight year in a row, the Bears' fifth straight appearance. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, I'm Vinny Vincent. God bless America.